Okay, so this week's podcast or today's podcast is on intermittent fasting. We are now in week number 8. Woo hoo hoo hoo. Week number week number 8. That's awesome and nice and wonderful. I'm so happy about that. Guys, that means I am making progress. I am slowly but surely creating an awesome library of health, wellness, and fitness information that I think can last for a lifetime. Like we're talking about at the end of the day, and we'll start back with the introduction in a few minutes, but this just kind of popped in. We inspired Body by Bell, and an inspired body totally means growth. It totally means progress. It totally means, excuse me for 1 second, I gotta get a sip of water. Y'all so kind and patient and nice. Let me get a sip of water. I love you guys too. Thank you. Okay. What I was saying is what this whole thing is sharing healthy lifestyle tips. It is not to stress or judge anybody. It is simply about growth within yourself. And once you have it within yourself, then it bleeds out. I just heard that word. That's why I'm saying it. It bleeds out, which means it blends. It seeps into the texture and the fabric of our lives and humanity. And those people gravitate to each other. I think that I'm in a ball of energy right now. It's week number 8. And you better not be late. I made a rhyme. It's week number 8. And I'm okay. I'm just going to move on. I can't even begin. Y'all going to have to follow me on my YouTube. It's Inspired Body by Bell. You must subscribe because you get to see this extra energy that I have. You get to see that kind of behavior. And I can't share it with you because you can't see it. You just hear my words. But this week's week number 8 is on intermittent fasting. And I wanted to talk about what the word intermittent meant because I thought that, I didn't know what it was until I knew what it was, if you know what I mean. So I may have heard the word, didn't know what it was, and I really had to look it up. And it wasn't really until I had began training and opening myself up to health, wellness, and fitness that I understood what it meant. So intermittent means stopping or ceasing for a time, alternately stopping and beginning again, which means something is happening. It can be functioning and then it's not functioning. It's moving and then it stops moving. It opens and then it closes. Any food that you're going to be putting into your body that rotates between the periods of eating and not eating for any period of time is called intermittent fasting. Okay? So, for example, if you decide I'm not going to eat between 8 and 9 every day, that's your form of an intermittent fast. Every day or every 3 hours, whatever or however. The bottom line is you were eating for a while and then you stopped eating. You're eating for a while, you stop eating. Some people that happens because they actually don't feel well. Maybe they developed a virus, a stomach virus, something that's causing a blockage. They're very nauseous. And so that lack of eating does not consist of intermittent fasting. There's a difference. We're talking about intentionally withholding calories for a specific reason. As you know, people are going to do intermittent fasting for their own personal reasons. Some people do it as a part of meditation, maybe a body detox, maybe literally to lose weight, a part of a training. Sometimes you do it with your church, just varying reasons. So the most popular one is called 16-8. That means that you eat within a period of 8 hours, and then the next 16 hours you fast. So a good example of that is going to be 9 to 5. Between 9 to 5, the hours of 9 to 5, you're going to have 2 decent meals. They should be well balanced, 300 to 500 calories. And then from 5 until 9 the next morning, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Now, of course, you would drink water. You've got to stay hydrated, but that's part of it, whether it be a detox, whether it be just basically jump-starting your body and triggering it to start functioning the way it should. Maybe the things we've been eating, aren't good and you really want to get a good flush, or just give that body a break. Now, here's the key. The next day or the next meal that you have that you didn't, the first meal that you have after your fast has got to be balanced. It's got to be a great meal. It cannot be something that is going to damage the work you just put in. For example, you can have 400 calories. 400 calories can be a hamburger and French fries, or you can have a 400 calorie meal that's going to have protein, starch, your carb, your veggies, your fruit, good fat, good combination. So what you want to do is make sure that when you come off of that fast, you're putting something good into your body, or you basically just shot yourself in the foot, put a hole in your head. You just sabotage your own mission. So pay attention to what you're eating. And if you're going to be doing restricted fasting, I always suggest meal planning, meal prep, or some really good supplementation so that you can make that process really work for you. Now, the other method is called whole day fasting, which means just that. For a whole day, literally 24 hours, you're just not eating anything. Or in between that time, you're only limiting yourself to one meal, which is a 300 to 500 calorie meal, or you break up those portions throughout the day so that the total intake is about 300 to 500 calories, which is going to be necessary. Your body's still going to need to have enough sugar for energy. It's going to still have to have the electrolytes. So we're not talking about not eating absolutely anything at all, but really focusing on just getting in 300 to 500 calories. And my suggestion would be to break those calories up instead of just putting one 300 to 500 calorie meal in your body. Now, if you can master days like this simply shows that it's going to be easy for you to incorporate this into any healthy eating or any healthy lifestyle function. You can do it. If you can simply say, hey, and it's really not about the not eating, it's about what it is that you're eating. The not eating just simply gives the body time to rest. It's not having to work overtime. It's simply saying, okay, let's give it a break. Let's maybe flush it with plenty of water. Personally, I do what we call a 1-day cleanse or a 2-day cleanse, where I'm saturating my body with this really good liquid. It has aloe vera, bilberry, blueberry. It's got antioxidants in it. So as it's cleansing my system and I am not eating, it's also feeding it the good nutrition to help balance it out. It helps the bowels move just perfect. And we're not talking about any kind of poo-poo cleanse. It's so gentle that you can literally cleanse every day. I do about 2 to 4 ounces every morning, 2 to 4 ounces every evening. It just kind of keeps your body, because remember, your cells and your body is exposed to toxicity every day. So I don't need a cleanse every 2 months, every 3 months. I think my body will respond much better if I am cleansing it on a daily basis. Gentle, so I'm constantly getting this cleanse, this flush, literally like brushing your teeth on the inside. I mean, it would really be the same as brushing your teeth and buying toothpaste. The question easily is asked, well, do I have to drink this cleanse every day? Well, do you brush your teeth every day? And when your toothpaste runs out, do you buy more? Same thing. This is just brushing my body on the inside. And when I run out, believe me, I go and I buy more. It can't be anything that is going to be more valuable than investing in my own health. So yes, it's not going to cost 25 cents, but the things that are cheap are exactly that. And they do exactly that for your body. If you're going to pay for cheap stuff and put cheap stuff in your body's going to look exactly like that. Pretty darn cheap. Your body's going to learn to appreciate those days of non-fasting. I'm telling you. You will begin to feel like you have more energy. You will literally feel like you're less bloated. You might probably get better sleep unless you're just a plumb insomniac. And then I'll advise you to use some melatonin, some sleep spray. I've got all of those things. I've got a whole pantry, a whole catalog of products and supplements that you can use to the point where you don't have to use any of it, that your body has reset itself, gotten to a place of homeostasis where it's able to just balance itself out. You're functioning like clockwork. Right now, you don't have to tell your heart to beat. It knows to do it automatically. So how about allowing your body to rest as it should when it's time? Removing bowels and waste out of your body in time. Not waiting 2 and 3 days to have a bowel movement and thinking that, oh, well, that's just how my body is. These things are not natural. The people that are having the runny noses and the congestion, I say your body is responding to the pollen. It's responding to the toxicity that's out there. And if maybe you were cleansing every day or flushing your body, you might have a better result. Those medications that the doctor are going to give you are simply to just stifle or put a Band-Aid on the symptoms that you're having, but it doesn't alleviate the process. It just won't. I mean, your body really is designed to protect you, and if we can tap into giving it what it needs, it will do exactly what it should. Now, if you have any common diagnosis like high blood pressure, cholesterol, or blood sugar, which is like diabetes, you will begin to see that you have some changes. I would suggest maybe 3 months. In 3 months, get some lab work done. If you've already got a set of labs, and start looking at those numbers. You probably should have been documenting your blood sugars or documenting your blood pressures and noticing that these numbers, with that intermittent fasting, with a little bit of exercise, drinking some water, I am telling you, your body is going to see a difference. It's going to thank you, and you will then continue to do so. Finally, and the least recommended, is 5-2, which means eating 5 days as you normally would, and then for 2 days eat 300 to 500 calories or less. I just think that is so dangerous, because when you say eat like you normally would, most people are not even mindful of what they're eating. So if you're just like cramming it in, all of the things that are really doing damage to your body, all of the things that your body can't really tolerate. Like, for example, you're like, every time I eat spicy food, I get diarrhea, or every time I eat this, I get heartburn. But you continue to eat this thing. Your body is giving you a red flag. It's saying, hey, and you're like, oh, well, you'll take some Tums, you do some acid reducers into your system, you put a Band-Aid on it, and you move on, instead of paying attention to your body saying, hey, you know what, this milk is just too much for me. This spicy food is just too much for me. Your gut is going to start telling you. If you're not having the bowel movements, you're not listening to your body, you're getting these headaches, you're getting these different things that your body is giving you warnings, and you're ignoring them, you'll find yourself in trouble. So every other day fasting, and the 5-2, unless you're a trainer, you are training for a competition and you have some dedicated time to be able to really stick to these, I wouldn't even suggest them. Why even set yourself up for failure? There you have it. Intermittent fasting. It's one of the things that I do to get my body to be exactly as I want it. And you can probably go to my blog. I can't even remember the darn topic. But basically, I was talking about how I'm able to present my body in different ways. Whether it can be round and curvy, it could be lean and tight, it could be athletic looking or bikini ready. Whichever it is because I've chosen to do a specific type of intermittent fasting that's going to get me to the goal that I want to. I want to thank you guys, as usual, for always tuning in and listening in to me. Please follow me on Instagram at Inspired Body by Belle. Follow my YouTube if you've missed today's segment. I put it up there with video, so therefore you can also see what it is that I'm talking about. I think it's a lot of fun. I've been working on those just to get information out to you guys and make sure that you can understand it. If you guys have any questions, please call 678-227-4703. I have no problem taking in constructive criticism. Ask me questions, say whatever it is that you like, and I'll be here for you. Inspired Body by Belle, week number 8.